Hi everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. So we've explored this screen, we've solved yet another puzzle from yet another obsessed person, and now that I've fixed a setting or two here, we see arrows! Yeah, these are the arrows I should have been able to see earlier, but they weren't showing up, so I had to fix a few things. But now we can click that. And now we are here with yet another man with a rather big nose and big puffy lips. So, the first thing we need to do is obviously look around. Let's see, where is it? There it is, that's what I'm looking for. Let's see, yeah. There we go. I think there's one more. There it is. Okay. I think we can talk. Yeah, I think that's all we can find right here. So we talk to Strange Man in Red Jacket, who turns out to be Ramon. And just who might you be? My name is Layton, and this is my assistant. We received an invitation to visit Reinhold Manor. Ah, yes, and I'm not doing his laugh either. We've all been expecting you, Professor Layton. But you'll have to excuse my skepticism. Can't trust anyone these days, you know. Many people go around walking with trench coats and top hats in this day and age, do they? For all I know, you could be just another hooligan in a top hat. Yeah, apparently hooligans walk around in top hats now. I guess steampunk hits here too. I don't know. So how do I know you're the real Layton? Did you hear that, Professor? The nerve of this fellow. Surely you aren't going to go through with this after an insult like that. You know, that was hardly just an insult, it was just, he wants to check our identity. Now, Luke, settle down. Sir, are you saying that you'd like to test me to see if I am the real Professor Layton? Precisely, Professor Layton. Now, if you don't mind, would you please solve this puzzle for me? Number 7, Wolves and Chicks. Once again, 50 points. And this is a variation on a very old puzzle that has been told many times. Sometimes there's a policeman, sometimes there's a robber, sometimes it's just boys and girls, sometimes it's variations. But in this case, we have 3 wolves and 3 chicks that have to get from one side of the river to the other. The rules: no more than 2 animals can ride the raft at the same time. There must be at least 1 animal on the raft in order for it to move. If more wolves than chicks stay on either side of the river, the wolves will eat the chicks and you'll have to start over. And this can be done in as little as 11 moves, and as this is an old puzzle, it's fairly easy. So, first we have to take 2 of these. Then send the raft over. And we send one wolf back. And then we put both wolves on. Click. Have to send a wolf back. We click again. Then we go ahead and send 2 chicks over. Isn't this lovely? Excuse me. And we take 1 of each. Click it over. Send them across. Then it doesn't really matter too much, I don't think, from here on out. We just have to get all the wolves over. And now we've done it in 11 moves.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yeah. Several variations, as I've said, and that puzzle's about 1,000 years old. Do excuse my earlier rudeness. Let me show you to the manor. Everyone's waiting for you. Everyone. I was under the impression that Lady Dahlia was the only person expecting me. Right this way, please. And another puzzle in our index. However, before we go to the puzzle, there's a hidden one. Before we go to the puzzle, before we go to the manor, it's like, wow, look at those flowers. They sure are pretty. Indeed they are. I'm sure someone put a lot of work into raising them. Oh, that reminds me. Would you like to hear a puzzle about raising flowers? And of course, yes, he wants to hear the puzzle. Number 8, farm work. Worth 20 points. So Alfred and Roland have been hired by a farm to sow flower seeds. They've been assigned to a 10-acre plot of land and split it in half so they can work independently. Roland starts from the east, Alfred from the west. Alfred can plow the land at a rate of 20 minutes per acre. Roland takes 40 minutes to plow, but sows seeds at 3 times the speed Alfred does. If sowing seeds on the 10-acre plot pays $100, how much of that money should go to Roland? Well, they both divided this plot of land in half. They each did half of the work. All this little bit in the middle of the time, red herring. Nobody cares. So how much of $100 should go to a man who did half the work? Half the money.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
Easy enough, wouldn't you say? Yep. Correct. Good thinking, Luke. And another puzzle in the puzzle index. So now that's pretty much all we can do here. So we walk towards the manor. Is this the manor, Professor? It's positively gigantic. Just look at the size of it. It certainly seems like we've come to the right place. And thus Chapter 1 comes to a close. The Professor and Luke finally arrive at Reinhold Manor. Let's head in, shall we? Yes, sir! Oh, once again, I don't think there's... Oh, actually, there might be some... Yep, there it is. I'm right. Hang on, let's see. It's one of these windows. No. One of the windows. Come on, which one is it? You know, there it is. I knew it was one of the windows. Two of them, that's right. Okay. Well, here we go. Now you'd think this just entered, but no, I'm pretty sure this is another puzzle. Let's see. Welcome to Reinhold Manor. Thank you for coming. I am Matthew, butler and servant to the Reinhold family. Everyone is waiting upstairs for you. Ah, but before you go, I have a message from Lady Dahlia. She has requested that you take a look at this puzzle. Is anyone surprised? Really, anyone at all? Please do not be taken aback. Madam has a strangest sense of propriety at sometimes. So of course, we get another little puzzle here, where we get a match. And we can take this match, and we can rotate it, and we can move it around. And we will have a few of these type of match puzzles as we continue through the game. But for now, here's our first one. Puzzle number 9, one Poor Pooch, worth 35 points. The matches below are arranged in the shape of a dog. This poor little guy was just minding his own business when a car came barreling down the road and ran him over. Move 2 matches to change the picture so that it shows the dog after the accident. All puzzles are a matter of perspective, so don't assume you'll be looking at the dog from the side by the time you're finished with this one. And indeed, that is the case. We're not going to be looking at the dog from the side. Once the dog gets run over, we'll be looking at it from the top. And the easiest way to do that is to show that the dog is now flattened. Isn't that lovely? I thought so. And let's hope I've actually got the sticks in just the right spot, or else I'll fail this and lose points.
That should do it.
And indeed I had it.
Another puzzle solved.
Hey, the car flattened the dog. And it gives you a nicer picture of what the dog looks like before and after there. As nice as a dead dog with its tongue sticking out can be. That's absolutely correct. My commendations, sir. Again, I do apologize for the strangeness of the request. Now please walk this way. We mustn't keep Lady Dahlia and company waiting. New puzzle in the index. But of course, before we do this, chandelier, cast warm glow, a bookcase. Bookshelves seem to line every wall of this estate. The Baron must have been quite the avid reader. It's important to keep your mind sharp, Luke, so why don't you give this puzzle a go? And, of course, hidden puzzle number 10, the alphabet. Puzzle's worth 30 points. Here's a quick and easy one. The first letter of the alphabet is A, and the letter B comes after the letter A. However, the letter you need to worry about is the last one. What's the last letter of the alphabet? And here's a hint. It isn't Z. Well, in this case, this is a kind of trick question here. What's the last letter of the alphabet? Well, it's T. Last letter of the word alphabet is T.
I think I've got it. Professor, I've solved it.
Haha. Yep. Easy enough. How did you like the puzzle, Luke? I hope it has prepared you for tackling more difficult puzzles. And once again, new puzzle in our index there. Let's see. There's a hint coin. And what's this? Look at these paintings on the wall here. It's a very nice portrait, isn't it? I bet that's the late Baron Reinhold pictured there. But what about this one, Professor? Who could this pretty girl be? The two portraits are next to each other, so they're probably family. She's probably the Baron's daughter. That's exactly right, sir. You are looking at a portrait of Flora, the late Baron's daughter. Flora, huh? Okay. Pardon me for asking, but I couldn't help but notice your keen interest in art. Would you care to take this old frame with you? It used to hold the most wonderful painting. However, now all that's left of it is this small scrap. And we found a painting scrap. Yes, we have more than meets the eye here, as I'll explain in a second. Or the painting option has been added to the trunk. You can assemble the fragments of the old painting there. To access the painting, touch trunk, then tap the painting icon. So this is a piece of that old painting then? How interesting! I guess. Okay, so let's see. More clicking. There's another hint coin. Another family portrait. There's another hint coin. So I think I think that's 3. So there should be 3 hint coins on each screen. If you haven't noticed that little trend already, and I don't think I've mentioned it yet. But those are the 3. And for now, that marks a pretty good stopping point. So, see everyone back next time when we actually go talk to Lady Dahlia. Till then, folks, take care.